So, Namaloha. So, today I want to talk about the weekend that's coming up to prepare you. And here's what we're going to be going over. We're going to be going over the sun is moving into the 27th gate on Monday. And we'll be going over its Easter weekend. So, this is to look at this crucifixion energy. So, we're moving from chaos to nourishment. Friday to Sunday to Monday. And then I'll talk about the 27th gate, and then dolphin medicine, and soul traps, and phoenix fractal reading, and the twin flame messages, and then the human design type messages. Okay, so here's the chart. And so let me know if you have the 27th gate natally. So this moves into the 27th on Monday. Late Sunday, Monday, right? And there's the 27. It's coming off the sacral. So the movement that we're talking about for this weekend is the 3, right? And that was my last video, was on chaos. That was the shadow of chaos. So we're moving from the 3 to the 27. So this is quite significant in that it's happening on Easter. Okay, so let's go into this, the crucifixion energy, right? Friday, Sunday morning till Monday too. Okay, so this is about chaos, the shadow of chaos, mutation, disorientation. So if you haven't watched my last video, be sure to put this on pause and go watch that, at least the first half an hour or so, or just go back to it. So this time is really the dissolution of the ego structure. And this can be happening in the dream world, right? This can be happening in the dream world. It can be happening in the spiritual world. So you may not be aware of it. It might be manifested as like, oh, I'm just really exhausted. I just feel disoriented. I feel lost. I feel I'm in pain, right? There's a lot going on in the spiritual realm that we're not always aware of. And that's why it's a good idea to be meditating and doing a regular sadhana practice. And then you get to see the show. You get to see what's going on in the etheric realm, right? So this is what's breaking down. These old identities have to break down. So you may not know who you are anymore because the story's cracking. Your narrative and the trajectory that you're on, if it hasn't been aligned with your soul, it's starting to crack. And right now, it's like you're realizing you're not the savior, right? You're not the martyr. You're not the giver. You're not the good one. You'll be in this tomb, right, of nothingness. This is the void. This is the space in between timelines, right? It's in between worlds. It's a liminal space. So this is the chaotic void before resurrection. So the ego's confusion as it watches old karmic scripts dissolve, right? The third gate really wants to cling to the old, and that's your ego, right? The ego wants to cling to the old because you're stepping into the unknown now. So some questions to ask yourself on this fractal line. Are you, right? If I'm not overgiving, then who am I? If I stop fixing other people and being of use to other people, do I still have value? Do I still have value? This kind of stuff will come up, right? Because everything has to change. As soon as identity goes, all the behavior and all the scripts and the thoughts and all that stuff has to go and dissolve as well. So it can be disorienting, right? So this would be a good weekend just to, you know, have some alone time if you can. Okay. And then the sun comes out, right? The sun will come out and it enters the 27th gate. And this is about feeding what lives, right? So it's resurrection through nourishment, this process. So it's nourishment. The 27 is about nourishment. It's about altruism. It's about selflessness. It's about generosity, right? So this is where the new self begins to emerge. So not the old self motivated by guilt. The old self, these are the old tribal programs, right? not the one exhausted from overgiving to others, not the one afraid to receive, but the one who gives cleanly from a full cup, right? And who do you feed, and who feeds you back, right? Who knows, this one that knows that's going to emerge is that your body is sacred and that your caring has value. Even if the world doesn't reflect that back to you, there's a lot of work that's done that's not valued on our planet, like motherhood, right? For example. And to know that your energy is a divine resource. So this is the ascension point, right? As you rise in frequency, now that you pass through the fires, right? What do you nourish now with your energy? And you get to choose, consciously get to choose. Okay, so some questions to ask yourself, and we'll go deeper into this, is like, what am I done feeding? What am I done feeding in my life? So it can be relationships, habits, causes, old roles, right? Whatever platform you're on, right? What am I done feeding my energy, my precious energy to? Who or what brings life back into my body when I'm around them? And where am I still offering care out of guilt or a fear of being unloved or rejected or abandoned? If I believe that my care is money, like just look at it like that, my caring nature, my caring energy, my nurturing energy is money, what would I invest in now? Who would I invest in? And what does it feel like to give without depleting yourself? Right? A lot of people, especially on my fractal, they'll give without limit, right? And they end up depleting themselves because something's got to pay, right? Something has to pay when you're giving without limit, and that's your prana, right? Your prana has to pay, and that's like can come right out of the cells of your body, can really affect your health when you get out of balance like this. So what does it feel like to receive from others without feeling guilty? Like I owe them something now, right? They're giving with big strings attached, big ropes attached. What would it feel like? Just imagine. And so let's go into the dolphin. So the dolphin is the totem, right? It's the totem here. And dolphin teaches us a lot, right, about the 27th gate. So the dolphin knows, right? It's in his pod. That's his soul tribe, right? The dolphin, or she's in her pod, right? So she knows who to give to and who not to give to. And it's based on vibration, based on the sonar, right? Vibration. That's how they communicate with one another, the dolphins. So dolphin says, where are you giving from guilt? And you're calling it love. Is it transactional? Right? Is this tit for tat in terms of your relationships? Yeah, right? It's like your partner may give you money, security, right? And in return, you give your nurturing, caring energy, right? And then it's like, well, you owe me this. And that's the frequency of guilt. Well, I have to give back because he's giving all this money and security to me, so I have to give back my nurturing, caring energy that I don't value, or either does he, right? If I don't give this energy, this is the belief system, I will be punished. That's what's under guilt. Under the frequency of guilt is punishment. Either he'll withdraw his love and attention from me, right? He'll give me the silent treatment. He'll emanate resentment and then deny that he's even angry with me if I bring it up. Little power games like this, right? So if you weren't feeling so guilty, what would you stop doing immediately? And who in your life do you think you owe something to? Just take a moment to reflect on that, right? To close your eyes. Who in my life do I think I owe something to? And this is karmic giving. This is not true giving. And it depletes you. Depletes your physical, your mental, and your spiritual health. Because that caring energy, that caring, nurturing energy that you need is not being returned to you, right? So there's no flow there of giving and receiving. So what's the Dolphin test? The Dolphin test is this person's situation vibrating with life? Or am I the only one bringing, carrying energy here? And don't go into your mind, well, he does this and he does that, all these material, practical things, but I'm not getting any of this nurturing back. I'm starving, right? My soul is starving. My physical is starving, right? My mental is starving, right? You're not getting that nourishment, and we all need it. And Dolphin knows that, right? Dolphin knows that. So let's talk about the soul traps, because we'll go into just a sec. So there's a great movie. So your pod, right? Your pod, your soul tribe is not your karmic. It's not your karmic connection here. That's in your life on my fractal. And especially we're unraveling and untangling from those karmic entanglements. And so this is what I'm helping, and I feel really motivated to help the women on my fractal to get out of these soul traps, to unravel from this karmic relationship that you keep playing over and over and over, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So I want you to know that you, as a divine feminine, you must trust your body 100%. Okay? So there's a Memento. Maybe you've seen this movie. It's really fascinating. I can't remember when I saw it. It's been around for a while, but I saw it years and years and years ago. But anyway, the main character, he can't form new memories. He has no memory. So he leaves himself clues like notes and photographs and tattoos even, right? To help him remember, because his conscious mind just forgets. So this is exactly how karma works with karmic connections. So your soul may have forgotten the storyline. Your soul, I don't remember being with this person lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, right? So he would forget, like somebody would mistreat him, Memento, right, in this movie, and he would the next day meet that person again and completely forgot what they did to him, and they would do like horrific things to him, right? He just forgot. So this is the same thing, right? The soul forgets the storyline, forgets the past lives, but your body is covered in invisible tattoos. Your body remembers, right? Your body is what remembers. And so that anxiety or the contraction that I talk about in the body, like, or your nervous system is on high alert, or your body feels contracted and you feel difficulty in taking deep breaths, things like that, right? That's your body remembering this karmic relationship, right? And these people can be the closest to you. They can be intimate partners to you, right? But the body remembers, but your soul's forgotten this storyline. So there could be anxiety, right? Or an obsessive loop. Is he mad at me? Like over attentive to the karmic. I better please him. I can't cause waves, especially any emotional waves. I can't have any needs. He doesn't like this person in my life, this friend in my life, or even a family member in my life, so I better get rid of them, right? I can't spend time with them, or I can't talk about them. I need to be at his beck and call whenever he gives me a crumb of attention, right? This is the karmic tattoo. I'm just using some examples here of showing you that this is a karmic. So your body's trying to warn you, right? So you've got to be really attentive to your body, right? And so your body is saying, we've been here before. We know this person, right? And this is a past life echo. And it's a karmic recognition, right? And it's somatic. It comes through your body. It's not coming through the mental. So your body remembers these people. So when you meet somebody that you have unresolved karma with, you may experience an instant attraction or repulsion, or both, like a push-pull. There can be a sudden contraction in your chest, your gut, or your womb. There can be a spike in a heart rate or adrenaline. There can be low-level anxiety that persists when they're not around, or a feeling of just being off balance, right? Or I can't really be myself. I can't really relax. And there can be obsessive thoughts like I'm trying to figure this out, and then intense highs and lows. There can be dream visitations, deja vu, or just energetic entanglement overall, right? So this is your body recognizing an unresolved contract. And the mind says, this is interesting. There's something here with this person, right? But the body says, this is danger wrapped in deja vu. And this is how you get in these soul traps. So these karmic loops, they thrive in disembodiment. So out of your body. So you have to be really, well, we'll go into the medicine here. So this is why with karmics, you're always in your head. You'll notice that you're always in your head. You're not in your body. You disassociate from your body, right? And you can't hear your intuition. You're out of touch with your intuition. And you feel love, like you'll feel love, but you won't feel safe. And we'll go into what this love is that you're feeling with the karmic. But it's activating this nervous system, right? And remember with the Cathars past life, there's a trauma, right? There's a trauma, and you've incarnated with these people from your Cathars past life. So there's a trauma there where the high priestess, that's why she's in hiding, hasn't fully incarnated yet, right? Yet, because you have to become more and more into your body. And that's that Empress energy that I talked about. So you want to watch that last video, right? So true love, right? True love, it relaxes you. It relaxes your nervous system, right? It slows your mind, slows down your mind. It brings silence, not chaos and stimulation of the karmic. But this can feel boring to the mind because it's not familiar to a system that equates stress with love, right? Stress with love. So the wounded nervous system, your wounded nervous system, and especially on my fractal, right? If you have Pluto in Scorpio, or a stellium in Scorpio, or a stellium in the 8th house, or even Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, right? You have a wounded nervous system from your past lives. It's right there in your chart. So you don't trust peace because you're not used to it. What is this? This is like foreign, right? What does it mean? Like I meet this person, they don't play power games. They don't need my fixing. They don't create crises in my life. I don't have to prove myself or chase or question or shrink or make myself smaller, right? Your mind might say, well, something's off here. I'm not feeling the spark. I'm just not attracted, right? But what you're really attracted to is the dysregulation of your nervous system, right? And so this is a system that is used to being in chaos, and safety can feel like a threat. So it's really about you reprogramming yourself, right? And that means coming more into your presence. So this is the breaking of the loop of these karmic loops, is to stop associating dysregulation with love. And then you begin to trust a different timeline. And this is the resurrection timeline. So this weekend, right, this weekend, really make the commitment to be in your body and to be present in your body. And really, I don't want to say fight, but to be vigilant, just to be vigilant, to stay in your body and not get into your head, in your mind, because that's when you're not in your power. You're not in your power. Okay. So dolphins, right? It's about being present. It's being present. And so being fully present would mean seeing the truth, that this isn't love. It's a soul test. It's a karmic test. I'm a spiritual being having human experiences. I've been in this soul loop, right? This karmic loop over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? So you want to ask yourself, do you want to choose your past or your future? Do you want to keep going back to the past and looping, or your future? So what timeline are you choosing? Are you swimming with your pod, right? And how the dolphin knows that it's this pod is because he uses sonar, right? So this is, for us, this frequency. It's like, is this person on my frequency or not? And you're not going to know unless you're in your body. You're going to be completely disconnected from your intuition if you're in your head trying to figure all this out, right? Or you want to keep swimming with sharks, believing that they're your fractal, right? So your body's going to let you know. You'll feel at ease and in your body with if you're in the right pod, the right fractal. There's coherence. The relationship flows with little effort. You don't need to shrink yourself and make yourself smaller. You're not in competition with that other person. You don't need to put on a dog and pony show. You feel seen, met, and energized. And you're not giving from obligation like you have to. You're co-creating through joy. And you feel more you. You feel more like yourself when you're around them, your fractal. Right? So the dolphin doesn't question if it belongs into a pod. Do I belong here? I'm not sure. I don't have a lot in common with them. No, you feel it. Your body will let you know. Your body will definitely let you know if this is your fractal or not. Right? So start practicing this, right? To untangle from these karmic relationships. Right? And pass the test in this lifetime. Do you want to keep repeating these lessons over and over and over again? If you're like me, it's like, no, I'm done. I want to move on, right? Move forward in my life. So this is with altruism or generosity, the gift of the 27. It's clean, fertile, joyful giving. So this is dolphin pod frequency, right? Giving to those who are ready to receive, feeding what is alive, not what is decaying, and knowing how to say no with love, and experiencing gratitude, joy, and abundance as a result of this clean nurturing. So if you're in your body, you're going to know exactly who to give to and who not to give to. You're carrying energy. So it's about valuing yourself, right? Valuing your energy now. And so this is where giving becomes a form of prayer, not performance, not a plea for love, but a vibration of joy just moving through the body. So you're giving because you're full. You have a full cup to give. You serve because it brings you home, and you are nourishment, right? And that you're nourished. Right? So when you're in this altruism, you're giving from the heart, right? You're not giving your power away, you're giving from your heart, Dolphin says, and then you receive when you give from your heart, and that other person on your fractal will receive and give back to you, and it's a nice, beautiful flow, right? Okay, so let's do some readings for this weekend. And we'll start off with the fractal line here. The Phoenix fractal line. So remember, you know you're on my fractal line if your body relaxes listening to me, you like the sound of my voice, you resonate with my message, then chances are you're on my fractal. Okay? So, let's see. Here, what we have here. So what's being crumbled this weekend for the Phoenix fractal? So you got justice reversed. And so this reflects a core wound of the fractal line, right? And this is that you've given from guilt. You've given from guilt. You haven't been truly giving. You've been giving from guilt, trying to pay off guilt. And it's interesting, too, because this is a Christian, holiday celebration, Easter, and that there's a lot of guilt. That's conditioned guilt from our religion, right? So this is given from guilt. So you've tolerated unfair dynamics, unbalanced dynamics in your relationships. You've sacrificed yourself in the name of love and being good, right? Trying to get love by giving from guilt, but now the scales are correcting, right now. So this is the burning of false justice, relationships, contracts, roles that you've played that were never true, right? And this is not justice. This is not justice to overgive. It's that you're no longer can tolerate. The divine is not supporting you into this imbalance of you overgiving and not receiving. So this is the crucifixion of your martyr, right? The martyr here. Identity. And what wants to be nourished now is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. So this is your heart's authentic expression, right? This is clean. There's no agenda or shoulds with the Knight of Cups here. This is intuitive care. This is Dolphin. This is totally Dolphin energy, this Knight of Cups. So the emotional body wants to give again. Your emotional body wants to give again, but from devotion, not depletion. So this is a longing to speak your truth, Fractal, Divine Feminine. Speak your truth. Move with grace. Express love without leaking. And be soft again, right after surviving. This has been a tough year for a lot of us. So you want to nourish what's real in your life, what's tender, what's poetic, what's alive. So this isn't caretaking because you should, right? This is communion, sacred communion, which is like the most elevated form of communication between humans is communion, where you're speaking soul to soul, right? You're connected to that other person. It's not like I should just give because I have to. I was conditioned by my mother to give in this way, right? So how to choose the path of peace is Two of Pentacles. So you can't hold two timelines anymore, right? You've got the past timeline with the karmic relationships, and then you've got the future, and that's your pod. Your pod's waiting for you, your soul tribe. So you're trying to juggle the old and the new, and the karmic relationship versus the soul-aligned relationship. So the fantasy of this is dying. And then this is guilt versus trust, right? And the body's exhausted. The Two of Pentacles says your body's exhausted. And the old path demands that you put on a dog and pony show, that you be someone that you're not, to wear a mask. And the new path requires that you be present, right? You be present. And that's to be your authentic self, is when you're present. So you have to choose based on energy, not obligation, not I should stay in this relationship, or I should stay with this group of people. They've been so loyal to me, right? The false loyalty. It's you're not choosing from the mind anymore. You're choosing from energy, right? Who's aligned with me energetically now? And then the anchor is the Seven of Pentacles. And this is about you taking a pause this weekend, right? And to evaluate, right? He's looking here, like what's growing? What's growing? What has energy? What has life for me? And it's not, this is saying that not everything is worth feeding your energy to. So you want to take a breath and step back and see where the energy has been going and ask, is this bearing fruit? Is this relationship bearing fruit? Right? And am I truly being nourished here? Am I being nourished? Am I the one giving? Am I being nourished back, right? And it's energy. It's not about physical, material things. It's about energy. Do I feel nourished in this relationship? And is this pod, this group, community, person, path alive? Right? So you're choosing to invest into your care now. That's what the 27th gate is asking you, to invest in your care now, because it's Not because it's demanding your attention, but because it's singing to you, right? The dolphins sing to one another, right? Is it music for me? So basically, for the fractal, the injustice is ending. This is ending. Not by apology, but release. It's being released from you. And the heart wants to flow again. Your heart wants to flow again. But only in sacred current. Only in alignment with you. And you can't hold both timelines. Two of Pentacles is saying you got to drop one of them. Right? And I would suggest to you as a projector to choose your future. Not your past karma. To choose your future. Choose peace and choose what grows, what's growing in your life, and feed only what's alive. Okay. And what do we got? Okay, and let's go for twin flames here. What do we got for twin flames? Let's make that a bit bigger, eh? Okay. So the twin flames. So the karmic mind game, we've got Five of Swords reversed and the Judgment. So the karmic mind game is exposed. You're able to see it now. So you gave, and your soul is summoning you back. Judgment is like, come back. It's time to come back. So you gave, you twisted, you overthought, you tried to be good. You tried to be desirable, you tried to be wise, you tried to be irresistible, and you swallowed your truth, right? To keep the connection alive. But now the spell is breaking. The spell is breaking that you're under. This is the karmic spell. And Judgment says you're not here to beg for breadcrumbs. You're here to remember. You're here to remember who you are and why you're on this planet. So this karmic lover partner relationship may not even realize it, but they've activated the final echo of abandonment, your abandonment of the self, right? And not because they're the one, but because they were the mirror. They were the mirror of your unworthiness story. They mirrored that back to you, your lack of self-worth. So if they don't rise, this is saying, right? If they don't rise, then let them fall. You've heard the call, and the time is now, right? And the twin flame is all about aligning with your soul, coming in union with your soul, right? And there's the mirror, the mirroring back. Okay. So this could be with your, you pick, right? Is it my twin flame, my false twin flame, my karmic, my soulmate, whatever it is, it's mirroring this back, this abandonment of the self, and the soul is like, come back home. And then you've got the King of Pentacles, and this is what your nervous system is actually. Five of Swords is like the nervous system karmic loop, right? Karmic loop. And this is what you want, the King of Pentacles. So this is what your nervous system is actually looking for. And this is substance, soul grounding, right? Not the firecracker that triggers your wounds, right? Who stimulates you and, oh, my heart's racing and this is going on, and right? And it's like, no, it's stress. It's stress and it's karma. This is what your nervous system wants, is this right here. Somebody that can hold the field, that's not going to be activated by you, right? In terms of your chaos or your emotional ups and downs. The King of Pentacles stays steady. This is definitely a DM, right? A divine masculine. So this is the one that's not going to spike your cortisol, right? But soothes you, right? He soothes you. So the dolphin wisdom here is this love steady enough to let you rest, right? Is this a mountain, right? Is this divine masculine a mountain? Does it come with a hook? Does it come with a hook? Yeah. The care, like any nurturing that this King of Pentacles gives you, is it coming with a hook? Probably not. But this is what your nervous system wants, like clean giving, without any expectation of anything back, right? But of course you want to give back because you're in the Dolphin energy. You want to give back to the Divine Masculine and vice versa. So this can be your own inner masculine, right? Anchoring, or the vision of your true twin who's still arriving here in divine timing, or the embodied partner that you're ready to call in now that you've released this karmic tie, right? You're not looking for excitement. You're looking for home. I don't want any more excitement. I want home. So this is Seven of Pentacles. Here we go again in the Lovers. And this is the pause before the yes. And this is the before you take the leap. It's a pause, right? Seven of Pentacles is pausing here. So you're on the edge of a great choice. And it's not just about a man in a relationship, but about your entire relationship to love here. So Dolphin says that not everything that you've planted and invested in is meant to bloom. So you want to feel where the seeds are still alive and feel which connections are really like aligned with truth for you. So the Lovers isn't about the one, right? Oh, this is the one. It's really about the choice, right? It's also about a choice. And you can't carry both timelines. That's just like the fractal message. You can't carry both timelines. So the karmic loop must end before the real love can begin, right? So this can't happen at the same time as your karmic. You can't hold both. You've got to let go of the karmic and then you can bring this in, right? So if it doesn't bring peace to your body, right? It's not your path. It's not your path. So this will bring peace to your body. So the anchor here is the Tower card. And this is the illusion, the collapse of your illusion, the illusion that you've been in, and it's your freedom. It's your freedom. And it may not seem like it when it's happening, those Tower moments, but it's actually liberating you from this karmic wheel that you've been on lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. It hasn't just been like 3 years or 4 years. It's been lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And the Tower wants to liberate you from this. This is your freedom. So it's not about destruction. It's about the illusion that you've been under, right? That you've been under. So you no longer serve through betraying yourself, like keeping these karmic relationships alive by abandoning yourself, betraying yourself, not listening to your intuition, right? You no longer desire chaos and call that love. And you no longer confuse fantasy with fate. So this is the final rupture. And your nervous system knows, right? Your nervous system knows. And your body knows, and your Dolphin knows. The Dolphin knows. So you're not here to rescue. You're here to rise and to swim with those that remember you. They remember your song. Because remember, there's the karmics, but there's also the ones that have been in past lives with you, but they're aligned with your soul. They want you to grow and evolve. They don't want you to keep small or put a dog and pony show on and put a mask on. They see your greatness, right? And that's the thing with the twin flame is they're a mirror, right? They're a mirror. Yes, they can show you your deepest wounding and what you need to work on, but they also mirror your greatness, right? And the karmic is a mirror, but it doesn't mirror your greatness. Your karmic does not mirror your greatness, right? It mirrors your wounding, but it doesn't help you to heal. It just keeps poking the wound over and over and over and over again, right? Your twin flame, your divine counterpart, is helps you to heal that and transmute that wounding. That's another, right? It keeps you in chaos and keeps you from your soul's journey, right? Okay. So you're going to choose peace right? So you want to choose peace over potential and nourishment over nostalgia. And you're not confused. You may feel like you're confused. You're not confused. You're remembering. You're remembering who you are, right? So you want to love the people that really love you back, like truly love you back, and feed what lives. Okay, so that's what we have for the twin flames. And if you're unsure, like, am I with a karmic or am I with a twin flame? I have twin flame readings that I do now, and to really help you to unpack, right? Unpack the chart, and the chart does not lie. The chart will show you what your purpose is in that particular relationship, and so that you get to do the inner work, right? You get to do this inner work and what you're supposed to focus on, because there's traumas that get passed, right? Get passed from those past lives, and then they play out and they echo. It's quite incredible how they echo in this present lifetime. And it can be very confusing. So it gives you like a focal point. Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be working on right now in this relationship. And then it will show you if you have a destiny with this person in particular. And then you get to look at the dynamics too, like there's always a mirroring effect, like an opposition. There's oppositions. Like with my twin flame, her Jupiter is conjunct her Venus, and then my Jupiter is conjunct my Mars, right? So there you go, the uber divine feminine energy, and then the uber divine masculine energy. So things like that, it's pretty interesting to look at in depth. And it's like an hour and a half or more reading. So check that out if you're in that state, right? So that you can get out of these loops. You can get out of these loops. Okay, so let's go to the manifesting generators. It's funny doing these readings. I always kind of know what type, like I'm tuning into the manifesting generators on the fractal line. And then my heart starts going. It's like, oh, I'm so tapped into the MG's energy, right? They're like the racehorses. Okay, so King of Pentacles again here for the MGs. So can you receive real love, right? So this is what this is saying here, MGs, is that your inner oracle, if we go to the Queen of Swords first, because that's the anchor, your inner oracle has awoken, right? The Queen of Swords can see clearly. There's no more fooling the Queen of Swords, right? If you get some trickster in front of you, the Queen of Swords can see right through them, right? So this is no more illusions, no more begging, no more justifying crumbs. So now your clarity, this is saying that the MGs are starting to have clear seeing, third eye, right? Third eye can see. No more illusions, no more begging, right? And your clarity is now your protection. So to trust what you're seeing, and your discernment is sacred now. So you already know what's true. So stop pretending that you don't. You already saw the truth. You can't unsee it, right? And so the divine masculine is present for the manifesting generators. He may not be here in form, in 3D, but he's here. This energy is here. And he's arriving in your field. And this is real energy. This isn't fantasy. This isn't like promises, false promises and no action. This is like real. King of Pentacles is real, right? It's like earth. It's earth. A lot of earth. So this is the man that shows up grounded, generous, and committed. And he creates safety through his being, not his performance and what he does. It's by his presence. His presence. He has a strong masculine presence and doesn't play games. He doesn't need fixing, right? So for MGs, this is, you don't have to initiate the care. It's already there. You don't have to twist yourself and prove yourself to be received by him. He's capable. So you got to let him show up. Let him show up and receive him, right? So the question is, are you? Can you trust this? Can your nervous system trust this new timeline of the future, which is love, right? This is real love, King of Pentacles. Okay, and then you've got the Queen of Pentacles. There's a divine counterpart right here, but sideways. So this would be you. So your ability to receive is being recalibrated. So you want to be held. This says you want to be held. And you crave that soul level devotion, that soul connection with another, right? But part of you still thinks, well, if I relax, right? If I truly relax into myself and my being, if I'm truly myself, then I'll be abandoned. So this is gate 27, right? Shadow playing out here. And this is the tension between nourishing others versus allowing yourself to be nourished. Can I allow myself to be nourished? So sideways says you're learning, you're still learning. So to be patient with yourself and practice, right? Practice letting yourself receive love, like real love. Don't be performing. Don't put on a dog and pony show. Don't prove. Just soften and stay in your body, MG. Stay in the body. So the Queen wants to bloom, but she needs rest and she needs time. And she needs to feel that peace is safe. Peace is a safe place for me. This is coming home, right? The Queen of Pentacles here, earthy. So cut yourself some slack, right? You're learning this new way to love yourself. And then you've got the Four of Wands and the Five of Pentacles reversed. So union is possible, right? Union is possible in your relationships and with yourself from wholeness, not from rescue, not from rescuing others and fixing others, but from you becoming whole. So the four of Wands, that's a twin flame connection or a divine counterpart. You can call it too if you're averse to the word twin flame. So this is about celebration, recognition, joy, a sacred homecoming. But the Five of Pentacles reversed says you can't enter that portal still believing that you're unworthy. Right? Like, look at her outside, right? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. You can't enter into the space of the twin flame connection here without self-worth. And that's one of the things that the wounds that both twin flames have to work on is self-worth and self-love. So this is your fractal healing the abandonment wound, right? Like being left behind, not being chosen, feeling like love means to be exiled, to be the outsider, and equating care with depletion. Well, to care for someone and to love someone means that I get depleted. I become the martyr. It's just the way it is, right? So you have to let go of all of that. So now it's like you're walking out because it's reversed. It's like now you're ready to walk out of the cold. So Dolphin is going to tell you you're not alone anymore. You're just remembering how to feel safe and belonging. So the King is here, right? The King is here. You don't have to twist into nourishment and let yourself be fed by this energy, and stop doubting the Queen that's inside you. She's learning to bloom. And the door to union is open. It's open, but you can't carry this abandonment wound and low self-worth with you, right? So you're not too much. You're not too late. Let peace feel safe again and let love be real. Okay, that's beautiful for the MGs for this weekend. And then let's go for the projectors. Projectors here. Let's get them up here. So there's the projectors here. And so the projectors, what's the message here? This shows that you're caught in mental looping, Eight of Swords. right? So trying to make sense of a connection that may have felt sacred, but now it's confusing you. It's just confusing you. You've been waiting, watching, hoping, checking for signs. But what you've planted isn't bearing fruit. So Dolphin says, if you're in your head, you're out of your frequency, you're out of your power, right? The pod doesn't ask you to wait, right? The soul tribe, the dolphin pod doesn't ask you to wait, right? It swims with you. So this is the karmic pause. This is like you checking in and having like a truth check. So is the thing you've been investing energy in fertile, or is it familiar? Familiar mean is it karmic, right? Is it karmic? So then you've got the King of Wands and the King of Cups reversed. So this is saying that somebody who's confident, charismatic, spiritually potent, but the King of Cups reversed says he's emotionally unavailable, manipulative and avoidant. So together this combo mirrors the karmic masculine that the projectors are detoxing from. The one who shows up in power but not presence. The one who looks like a twin but behaves like a test, right? So you really need to you may be still projecting that soul recognition onto someone who's not emotionally ready, right, to hold this fullness. So a true king swims towards you with depth, not just magnetism, right? This is the mask of the false twin projectors and the seduction of potential. It's being in love with the potential of someone. So the trap is, he seems awakened. Maybe if I do this and do that and do that, it's like, no. The king must be both fire and water, truth and heart, or he isn't yours. He isn't yours. So to be aware of that this weekend. And then the full reversed in the sun. So this is about you leaping into a new timeline, but part of you still afraid because it's the full reversed, right? Afraid that it's too good to be true. Afraid to trust someone new, right? Trust somebody new. Afraid that joy equals risk. The full reversed is a wounded nervous system that flinches at peace. But the sun says there's light waiting for you, projectors. Love can be safe if you let it in. So the healing here is releasing the fantasy twin, this fantasy twin over here, and choosing the actual path of soul-aligned joy, even if it's unfamiliar, right? So this is about you choosing you, like choosing you, and don't settle, right? Don't settle for crumbs over here. And then you've got the Four of Swords. I forgot to put it here, but it should be here, Four of Swords. So this is the medicine, right? The Four of Swords. And this is about resting, right? It's about resting this weekend before you give again. Listen to your body before you leap. Feel if you're healed. And the truth will emerge, projectors, out of stillness. So if it's real love, like if this is real love and this one's working on himself, right? It will wait. It will wait for you. And if it's karmic, it's going to just dissolve without any effort on your part whatsoever, right? So stillness is not stagnation. It's sacred, right? It's sacred. Okay. And, okay, so let's go for manifestors here, right there. And there's the theme here, right? There's the Hermit reversed. It's no more hiding. It's no more hiding. And the anchor is Lovers reversed. So no more compromising, right? And this is a misaligned connection, it says. This is a sacred no for you. A truth that can no longer be avoided. And this tells you everything. This says that the manifestors have been in a relationship, a soul bond, or an energetic connection where they've muted themselves, right? They've compromised their urge in order to be loved. They're right. They've informed instead of initiating. And now their soul is restless here. So if you have to explain your fire, manifestors, right, your fire, then to be loved, then it's the wrong fire circle. You're in the wrong fire circle, right? Your true counterpart is going to really enjoy, right? Enjoy this fire that the manifestor brings to relationship. So hermit reversed is you've been hiding, but it's time to come out. Right? So the energetic avoidance, this is energetic avoidance, but you're calling it solitude, right? And it's not, you're just avoiding. So you've been withdrawn to process betrayal, like you've been betrayed, you've been disempowered, and now this has become a prison, right? So the thing is, manifestors, yes, you need time to lick your wounds, but you can't stay there like permanently. So this is like what this card is saying. You've done enough processing. It's time to reclaim your voice. And what are you still afraid of to speak out loud? And who are you still tiptoeing around in order to stay spiritual? I got to be the nice one, right? The nice girl. Yeah. And then the Tower. This is implosion. This is an implosion. And this is the karmic agreement is done. Whoever this is, this relationship, and your nervous system knows that the soul has outgrown. Your soul's outgrown this, right? This connection or this role that you've been in. And this is not a tower that's going to hit you from the outside. It's a tower that's going to hit you from the inside. It's an inside implosion. So you don't have to burn down the whole ocean. Just stop feeding what's decaying. Just stop feeding it what's decaying that has no energy. So this isn't about rejection for you. It's not about rejection. It's about a redirection for you, for your soul path, right? So you're not here to be chosen by someone who can't hold your frequency, can't handle the manifestor woman fire, right? You're not here for that person. You are the fire and you are the call. So let the old collapse, let the soul collapse and speak, right? And speak in truth, right? And free your power. Okay. And then let's go for the generators. Generators, where are you? There you are. 27th gate. No, that's the fractal line. Just a sec here. Okay, there we go. Generators. What do we got going on for the generators? That Five of Swords again. So this is you've given from love. What this is saying, you've given from love. You stayed hopeful. You've stayed hopeful. You've continued pouring energy into a person, connection, or a dynamic without any reciprocation. And now deep down, there's some bitterness. There's some frustration, right? A growing sense of betrayal here. And this isn't just frustration. It's like soul deep fatigue from trying to win a love that isn't loving you back. It's not loving you back. And so Dolphin says you can't resonate your way into someone's capacity. That's not your work, right? It's not your work. That's their timeline, right? So you can't make them be on your fractal, you know? It's like if it's a duck, you can't make it into a swan, right? It's like just to give this up. You've been spending way too much time on that and precious energy. So this is like you're giving your energy to someone who wouldn't even show up for you in truth, wouldn't even do that for you. So you got the King of Cups reversed and the Three of Cups here. And so this is an emotionally unavailable man, King of Cups reversed, an emotional triangulation. There's three there, right? So there's a third party situation here. So the one who shows up to connect but can't go deep, Can't go deep. The one who keeps you orbiting with charm, right? Intimacy or spiritual language, but never meets you in devotion. And the Three of Cups can suggest a third party, energetic or physical. It could even be like there's not a person, but maybe it's an addiction, or even a family member, right? Even a family, like your partner's family, in-laws and stuff. It's something outside that's coming in as a wedge in this relationship. But the generator's using community or distraction or caretaking others to avoid the heartbreak. But the message is clear. You can't make this King of Cups love you. It's not a song. I can't make you love me. This is your song, generators, right? You can't make this King of Cups love you. And then circling his emotional absence with your loyalty. He's not showing up for you. So stop feeding the one who's not feeding you back. And right, that cup is empty. Right, that cup is empty. And you cannot drink from it anymore. You can't drink from an empty cup and pretend that there's something in there. And then the anchor, the Queen of Swords again. But didn't she show up? She showed up in the MG reading, yeah, in the same position. So this is clarity, right? So boundaries are nourishment. This is how you're nourishing yourself, by setting boundaries. This is your new romance, is with yourself. So this is the queen is your new edge. She's not cold, she's clean. She says your sacral knows what's what, right? Your sacral knows. And you don't need to explain your no, right? No is a complete sentence for the generators. So you need to live it now. You need to live these boundaries, not stop talking about it and start living it, right? Start practicing no, 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 no. So the queen cuts through the romantic distortion and says, if it doesn't respond to you, stop generating for it. Stop giving your generator energy over, right? If it's not responding to you here. So your energy's sacred, right? You don't need to fix them. You don't need to feel for them or stay connected to prove to your heart. And you're not here to serve unworthy kings. You're here to be cherished by the one who responds in truth. So stop feeding, right? Start feeding your own fire. Okay, and then let's wrap it up with the reflectors. And we got a lot here. 3 flung out in this position. So this is, you've got the Magician, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Empress reversed. And so this is the sacred wound. So you've been projected upon as powerful, magical, and desired, yet you're emotionally starved, you're abandoned, and you're unchosen in your truth. And conditioned to give your beauty, right? Your beauty, your softness, and nurture to people who only wanted the reflection back, right? They didn't want the soul. They didn't want your soul and your true essence. They just wanted reflect back how wonderful I am, you know? So you were basically asked to mother someone who never intended to grow. So the 5 of Pentacles says you were left out in the cold while carrying someone else's emotional baggage. So this is, the Magician here says that may have been a person who appeared to have power, right? And this wasn't true, right? So this whole 3 cards here says in Dolphin, actually, we got to bring Dolphin in. Dolphin says, just because you can reflect someone's light doesn't mean that they're in your pod. You know what I mean? It's like, just because you can reflect how amazing they are doesn't mean that they're in your pod, right? You reflect everybody, not just your fractal, but you want to be in your fractal. You want to be in the pod. And then you got Lovers reversed. So this was this karmic. Whenever you're going through as a karmic connection, it's not aligned, it's not reciprocal, and this is the sacred break from the illusion of union. So you may be still carrying the echo of someone else's desire here, someone else's vision of love, But this card says you're not obligated to reflect someone's longing. You're not required to stay in these non-aligned connections, right? So this is about choosing yourself. You want to choose yourself, which means walking alone. So for reflectors, this cannot be a good time, right? Because you're meant to be in groups of people. But it means that because you've got no energy to reflect and no aura to harmonize with. But this is coming into total self-honesty. But it's only in solitude that that honesty will come, right? And you'll know what's truly yours and what's another. And then you've got the Eight of Swords reversed, and this is the great release. You're not trapped, you're free. The cords, karmic cords are untangling, the projections are dissolving, the cycle entanglement is clearing, and it's not about doing anything, right? It's not about it's about letting go of what was never yours to hold. So the mind no longer needs you to make sense of it, and your body already knows, right? So stillness returns the boundaries. Yeah, here. Okay. So that's what I have, everybody. So if you found any value in this, and let me know if you enjoy the readings. I don't hear much about the readings, and I love reading your comments. So put your comment down, especially if you're a high priestess in hiding, to make that first step and come out of the spiritual closet and come and step into your power, because there's a lot of wounding around that. To write that in the comment section, and anything else you want to share. But have a wonderful Easter weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. Okay, Satnam Aloha, everybody.